Hi, this is Phil from SkiTalk.com here at the Rossignol Headquarters in Park City, Utah. Here with Jake Stevens, and we're going to be talking about the new Experience collection that Rossignol actually introduced last year, coming into this year with a lot of momentum in this mid 80 millimeter category, which is really highly contested. You've got some great contenders here. So let's talk about your thoughts in this collection. Then what we'll do is halfway through, I'm going to have Trish come in, and she's going to talk about her experience with the women's series. So Jake, why don't you start off with the 82 and the 86, and we got a couple different versions of them.
Yeah, so what we did when we were developing the ski is tried to focus on building an 82 and an 86, which were kind of the meat of that mid 80s market, and something that we've always been strong with in the Experience line. But we wanted to not just build the TI version and only offer that, or only offer an 86 in a TI and an 82 in, let's say, in our case, a Basalt. Because there is that market there across the country, East Coast, West Coast. Those skis, 82 Ti can work great anywhere, 86 Ti can work great anywhere. So the focus was build a shape that makes sense, build a structure that makes sense, and then from there, how can we adjust that? And where we landed was an 82 that comes in a Ti and a Basalt, and then an 86 that comes in a Ti and a Basalt. And really that goal was accomplished by adding more metal, and really using some racing technology inside the TI versions.
Now, and again, I remember when we started talking about this ski about a year and a half ago, and we had a Zoom video conference, and we're talking about the evolution of it, and you asked what I thought, and I thought this ski, this is basically the third evolution of Experiences, and after I got off the ski, I thought you did the best of both worlds from those previous generations, in that you took a lot of the shape from that very first generation Experience, which was pretty a binary ski. It was either on or off. If the ski didn't like to be worked at all, then you swung the pendulum all the way over the other way with the last generation of Experience, that gradual tip rise in it. And that ski, while it had a nice turn built into it, it just didn't wow me, really. But what you did with this ski here, you brought the best of that, the versatility of that last one, and that turn radius of the first one. And after I said, you kind of chuckled, you brought up a slideshow, which basically that's what your design was.
Yeah, I mean, the goal with the first version was, again, we're a company built on racing, right? The heritage of that and the power that comes from that. And that first version was the very long tip and tail contact. And it was on and off. It was powerful. It wanted to make an arc. That's what it wanted to do.
It was a wide frontside ski.
Yes, a wide frontside ski. What we saw the market do, and you said the pendulum, we saw the market swing, and as it swung more towards that, all mountain style product, we started seeing rocker become more of a larger, not just free ride thing as it worked down into the all mountain and lower. So we introduced it into what Experience was, and it was a fun product, but it just didn't have that engagement, that wow factor that Experience brings. So we tried to balance that. We didn't want it just to be on and off. We wanted it to be a all resort weapon, and that's what we call this. It can ski anywhere on the resort. And so really, we kept some rocker, but we dropped that tip down. The contact points move further out. It engages clean, and if you want to break the carve or the arc, you can release it and slide the ski if you want to. So.
And I like in that tip design that the side cut runs past the running surface. So if you're skiing natural and a little more upright, the ski's easy for you, but the more you push that ski, the more that engagement is across the hill.
Absolutely. You can change that radius as you please. The bigger angles, if you want to put it up on edge and put your hip on the ground and rip an arc, you can. Or if you just want to stand up and slide into an arc, then you can. So it gives you that balance.
No, I think you nailed it with that. And again, if you see our other video that I do, 80 to 90 millimeter comparison, I talk about narrow wide skis. I talk about wide narrow skis and that. And really, I think you've got one of the best melds right in the middle with this ski here. And even when you watch a video, you see that I come to this ski last, because I think it's one of the best balances in that in that series, that range of skis.
Yeah.
So this is a good overview of the men's collection. Again, this collection also goes down into the upper 70s for some intermediate level skiers too. And now I'm going to hand it off over to Tricia, and she's going to talk about with Jake the women's versions of these skis here.
Hi Jake, thanks for joining me here in Park City, Utah at your headquarters. I have already done a review of this ski, and I brought in a couple of the other women that test with us and some of their aspects and what they liked about it. And as Phil said, this has been one of my absolute favorite versions. The very first version of this ski was called the Temptation. We are no longer tempted, but now we're getting the real experience. So one of the things that I really thought came out about this when I was talking to Lauren, one of our primary testers on the East Coast, is it is a great East Coast ski for sure. At 82 underfoot, has metal in it. There's a basalt version as well. It's just nice because it gives you the opportunity, whether you want the metal or you don't want the metal, exactly. Right? Yep. And one of the things that she described, and as soon as she said it, I said, that's exactly it. She said, it's kind of like vanilla ice cream. You think it's a little plain, but it's got really good flavor, you know?
Exactly, yeah, sure.
So, and I prefer vanilla bean.
Yeah, agreed.
So, but that's kind of what so tell me, why have the Thai version and the basalt version?
Again, it's the idea that there isn't, the Thai version isn't going to hit every person in the market. Really, it's for the stronger skier. And we find that the Thai version is that, ex-racer. It's again, a hard charging skier, someone that wants to push the skis limit. But it's, we've seen with the experience line, we call it the all resort product, but we see it that this ski is going to spend the majority of its time, let's call it 80% of its time on the groomer. And it can go anywhere, it can do anything, but the majority of the time will be on the groomer. So we wanted to build a ski that had that kind of power and that energy, and that 82 kind of hits the whole country, a little heavier on the East Coast, and can hold it, on that firm snow, it can hold the edge well. With the basalt version of it, we just make it so that you can be comfortable. It hits a large range of skiers. Anyone can get on that ski and have a good time.
Right, they don't have to worry about bending a metal ski.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Great. And tell me again, are these all offered in flat and system, or?
The 82 Ti is offered flat, and the 86 is offered flat. Everything else is offered system.
Oh, awesome.
And it is flat and system for the 82 and the 86.
Yeah. So you have the option of deciding what binding you want if you so choose.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, throw the bindings on, let the P-Tex hit the snow, and go enjoy, because at the end of the day, skiing is fun. If you enjoyed this informative video, hit that bell, subscribe so that you'll stay up to date on the new videos, and check out SkiTalk.com for more ski-related content.
Also, please follow SkiTalk.com on all of your social media channels. No scenes from Hot Tub Time Machine were reenacted during the production of this video.